Still morning, everyone. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. Sure, for all the ones that are here, and I'm sure most people figure out the ones that will come in. Thank you in advance. And just wanted to say a couple things because I'm always looking to give back, and leading into this, but especially this morning, I wanted to make a nice little post, and so I was going back looking for a specific picture, and I got a greater appreciation for the things that I've done in this world. I mean, a lot of it I can attribute it directly through strength, and so it's something that apparently I've done since I was a little kid, and once I started to do it more professionally, it ended up being taking over as my creative outlet. And so as an artist, taking that mind frame into the job that I started doing, which kind of allowed me to achieve another one of my goals, be a professional fighter. That one time I did that. One of the funniest stories I'll get the opportunity to tell. All right, and so, but the different communities that it's led me to. So the martial arts community, some of my best friends were and still are in there, and from there, training and get into a high level of physique competition. So one-time champion. I got a first place, a lot of top fives, and so, but the community through there, through fitness in general, so in person and essentially electronically through this beautiful means that kind of connects us all. And so then also transitioning into acting. I mean, I've always modeled, and so done some pretty cool things there, but again, the lifelong friendships that I'll have now and the experiences working on these particular projects, again, further feeding into my artistic creative outlet. And so, and a lot of that can be attributed through essentially the processes and the day-to-day, I don't say grind, the day-to-day opportunities to master oneself that happens whenever I get into the room. All right, and so a lot of what I post is fitness. I mean, that's still what I do, and that, now I think about it, that's going to be what I do. So I'm never going to not be teaching that. All right, and so because I do feel like it's been a gift, my understanding, my ability to do these things, and it's like I'm like, God did it. So it's my responsibility to be able to push this information out there. I think for a long time I was in the early stages of social media. I'm like, oh, I don't want to put none of my stuff out there. People will steal it. And this stuff is going on all over the place. So someone that you had never even heard of that's just murdering it out there. And so, but I do have a unique way of looking at strength and executing it that I think that most people can benefit from learning. All right, so I think that not just my own movement intelligence, but my ability to communicate that. I think that a lot of people can benefit from essentially some of the things that I do and the ways that I go about thinking about the process of strength. So sometimes we go off on tangents. I think where I was originally heading with this is kind of going into the 46th year, so the early stages of that, and halfway through the 45th year, kind of realized that I don't ever think about anything but continued progress. And so a lot of people, like, if you haven't seen me in a while and you run into me, like, I'm talking like a decade, and the look that these people have when they look at me, they're like, you don't change much, do you? And so, and going back through my pictures, whenever I'm clean shaven, this could be me like 2 decades ago. Well, the muscle maturity is a little bit different, but that's what happens when essentially every day I'm looking for a way to make the whole process of strength better. All right, so it's kind of wired into my existence, and I think about not just the product of going in the room and doing things there, but again, every rep I'm looking to master and get better at its execution. So getting closer and closer to the purest expression of the movement. Now, with how it goes in with the overall existence, and so I mean, this is kind of translates. It can translate from me to you, but everyone's existence is their own existence. So mastering that, understanding the factors that are involved with your life, and how you have to go about, continuing to keep the lights on, feed yourself, get to and from work. All right, so looking for little hacks in there to increase the overall efficiency of the project. All right, then again, once you enter the room, I know where to look for the perfect rep. I wrote this book this one time. It's called Mastering the Rep, The Keys to Elite Conditioning. And so the overall keys to elite conditioning is understanding the factors that get you through the world, and then being able to manipulate them to make it as efficient as possible to, challenge the muscle, refuel the muscle, restore the muscle's ability to develop by keeping enough material available for that, and also not overfueling the system. All right, so once you see how your world is situated and you understand how you're going to complete those requirements as far as material and energy, then it's just a matter of essentially making the little minor adjustments so that everything flows seamlessly. But you can't just stop there. You got to always continue to look for ways to get a little bit more efficient with the program. All right, because everything around you is still, accelerated. Everything's going up. So prices, and you got to work more, and so less free time for yourself. And so if you're not constantly trying to get ahead of your schedule, then it's going to be hard to complete the requirements of your split. What is a split? I didn't mean for this to be one of these long ones, but every now and then I start talking and then things just start falling into place. So your split is the roadmap that, the blueprint, we'll say. Your split is the blueprint that designs the structure in which, your consciousness is going to be housed. So that's, again, if you go into the room and actually do the renovations and the construction. All right, and so of the way that your world is shaped, how many days available do you have to train? All right, so actually and realistically, so you look at that, and then when you have that, you kind of divide your split up, and the split is pretty much a pie chart that dictates the energies that you're putting towards certain body parts. All right, and so depending on how you look, this is kind of like how prototype training works. You kind of get the opportunity to, redesign yourself based off of, again, how much energy you're willing to push into those directions. All right, so once you know where you want to put your energies, you kind of figure out how you're going to be able to, supply those demands. So days. And so you can think of it in days, or you can just design, which I'm leaning more and more in the direction of not focusing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but day 1, 2, 3, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and so what that allows is just a proper amount of rest time for the body to reconstitute itself. And so you can think about 48 to 72 hours of rest, and rest meaning not direct targeting for a muscle group. All right, so once you have that time frame, then it's whatever. Again, depending on how you deal with soreness. All right, and so at that point in time, if you gave yourself 48 hours, it's going to be dealer's choice. All right, and so I don't want to go too far into this, and so Well, anyway, focusing on getting the project better every single day. So looking for that 1% doesn't have to be in the room. It can be, pretty much how you live and how you exist. And it's funny when you look for improvement, how more often than not you're able to find some. And so that's pretty much the takeaway for it. And again, I have an appreciation for, you know what? Contrary to popular belief, I don't celebrate myself as much. And so I just kind of do this thing. And so I understand pretty much the magnitude of the things that I do and how it is, but I just keep going forward. And so, but I'm taking this moment to kind of, be proud of, essentially my body of work to this point. And so I have an appreciation for that, and I personally want to celebrate it. And so, because you never know if anyone else will. So if you don't appreciate it, then who will? All right, and yeah, I wish the best for everyone, and so I want everyone to be at their absolute best, because when you are at your absolute best, you're good for everyone and everything around you. The world is a much better place because of the energy that you put out into it. All right, so really find the time to take care of yourself and keep driving. So keep wanting more, keep doing more. All right, just go out there and maximize your output and maximize your appreciation of every day. All right, that's pretty much it. You know what? I'm just gonna put this one on YouTube. Hey, peace.